Experts say Singapore is in a good position to enter phase 2. They noted that while the total infections curve has not flattened yet, community cases have come down significantly. Cheryl Goh explains.
Well, the total number of infections has gone up to almost 41,000. The increase is happening at a slower rate. 151 new cases were reported on Tuesday, the lowest daily addition in over 2 months.
What is more important is whether we have the processes in place to catch those people who are infected and to perform the necessary contact tracing to identify all the people who are infected and to test them quickly. This process is much more important than simply worrying about the day-to-day numbers, whether it has gone up or down with greater easing.
Another silver lining, the number of new cases in the community has fallen.
If you look at the case numbers for community transmission, it peaked at some time in late March and the first week of April. But after that, it did come down very significantly. Now, I think our weekly average is less than 10 cases. That is a very good sign. So in terms of that, we have indeed flattened the curve for the community cases.
Experts CNA spoke to also say the phases are a stress test to see how the community copes, not just physically, but also in terms of a mindset shift towards embracing a new normal.
If the numbers start to increase progressively as the time passes, we know that some of the activities that we are undertaking in phase 2, it's contributing to greater transmission in the community. We need to identify those. We may need to shut down some of these sectors.
We would also know, within a few weeks, if we have got an unlinked community cases situation, clusters forming, that things are not going in the right direction, and then we have to look and see where the weak points are.
But experts also warn that the public needs to be sensible even as they venture back out into the community when phase 2 kicks in.
The lifting of the measures happened on Friday, and it coincides with the Father's Day weekend. So, obviously there's going to be a lot of families that are going to go out to eat, to celebrate not just Father's Day, but also perhaps that phase 2 has begun.
We would also be bringing fathers and grandfathers and elderly people out. And so these are also vulnerable groups. People have to be responsible in trying to map out their movements. So if people can restrict themselves in a way, you're going to a restaurant, fine, go and come back home, rather than moving on to another area like a mall.
Instead of dining out, we can really think about, shall we just order in and then we have the gathering back at home? In my opinion, that would still be a much more controlled situation.